Hello! Welcome to Talk Emma Learn English. Here, we learn English by talking, listening, and practicing together.
If you enjoy learning practical English in a simple way, make sure you follow the channel and share this episode with a friend who is also learning English.
Yes, and today's episode is going to be very interesting because we are talking about 3 small words that create big confusion.
Very big confusion.
Either, neither, and rather.
Before we start, Jack, how was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend? Honestly, I planned to relax, but I ended up cleaning my apartment for 5 hours.
5 hours? That doesn't sound relaxing.
It wasn't. I either clean everything perfectly or I don't clean at all.
Did you hear that, everyone? He just used either naturally.
Oh no, I walked into that one, didn't I?
You did, but that's perfect because today we're going to understand how these words work in real life, not just grammar rules.
And these words are very common in daily English conversations. Native speakers use them all the time.
But learners often feel confused, especially between either and neither.
Yes, many students say things like, me too not, instead of me neither.
Exactly. Or they say, I don't like coffee too, instead of I don't like coffee either.
So today we're fixing that.
But slowly, calmly, step by step.
Let's begin with something simple.
Imagine this situation. I say, I don't like spicy food.
And I say, I don't like spicy food either.
Here, either means also not.
That's the first important idea.
Either equals also in negative sentences.
So if someone says, I'm not tired, you can say, I'm not tired either.
Good, but notice something important. We only use either in negative sentences.
Not positive sentences.
So we don't say, I like coffee either.
No, that is wrong.
If it's positive, we use to.
Exactly. I like coffee. Me too.
But if it's negative, I don't like coffee. Me either. Or I don't like coffee either.
Now, here comes something interesting.
Some native speakers say me either.
Yes, in informal American English, that is common.
But in more formal grammar, we say,
Neither do I.
Now we are entering the world of neither.
Let's compare.
I don't like horror movies.
Neither do I.
Here, neither replaces the whole negative sentence.
It sounds more advanced.
Yes, it's slightly higher level, maybe A2 to B1.
But we will explain it simply.
Let's slow down.
Take this sentence. I don't eat meat.
If I want to agree, I can say, I don't eat meat either.
Or I can say, neither do I.
Both mean the same thing.
But structure is different.
Neither comes at the beginning of the sentence.
And after that, we invert the verb.
Meaning we change the order.
Instead of I do, we say do I.
Neither do I.
Let's try with past tense.
I didn't watch the movie.
Neither did I.
Notice we use did.
We follow the auxiliary verb.
This is very important.
Now let's make it more real.
Imagine 2 friends talking.
Friend 1 says, I'm not ready for the exam.
Friend 2 says, I'm not ready either.
Or, neither am I.
Both correct.
Now let's talk about another meaning of either.
Yes, because either has more than one meaning.
We can use either to talk about choice,
For example, you can sit either here or there.
meaning one of the 2 options.
Not both, just one.
Another example, we can watch either a comedy or a thriller.
That means we must choose one.
So, either is used in 2 main ways.
One, in negative sentences, meaning also not.
2, to talk about one choice between 2 options.
Very good. Now let's introduce neither in choice form.
This one confuses many learners.
Example, neither option is good.
meaning not this one and not that one.
0 options.
Both are negative,
Neither tea nor coffee.
meaning not tea, not coffee.
Very strong negative.
Now let's compare.
Either A or B, 1 option.
Neither A nor B, 0 options.
See the pattern? Either or, neither nor.
They work as pairs.
Now let's move slowly to rather.
Ah, yes, rather is interesting.
Rather is used for preference.
For example, I would rather stay home
That means I prefer staying home.
instead of going out.
We usually say would rather.
Or in speaking, we say, I'd rather,
Example, I'd rather sleep early.
meaning I prefer sleeping early.
Now compare with either.
If someone says, do you want tea or coffee?
You can say either is fine.
Meaning, I don't care. Both are okay.
But if you have preference, you say, I'd rather have coffee.
Good. Now let's make it more emotional.
Imagine someone invites you to a party.
But you are tired.
You say, I'd rather stay home tonight.
That sounds natural,
And polite.
not rude.
Now, here's something important. After would rather, we use base verb.
Not to.
We don't say, I would rather to go.
No, wrong.
Correct. I would rather go.
Simple verb.
Now, small challenge for listeners.
Think of one thing you don't like.
And complete this sentence. I don't like blank either.
Then think of one thing you prefer. I'd rather blank.
See? We are already practicing.
And we're just getting started.
Okay, let's continue with something very common. I hear this mistake almost every week.
Let me guess. Someone says, I don't like it too.
Exactly.
And every English teacher feels a small pain inside.
Yes, because we know what they want to say.
They want to agree with a negative sentence.
But they use to instead of either.
So let's fix this clearly.
Positive sentence, use to.
Negative sentence, use either.
Simple rule.
But learners forget because in many languages, the same word works for both.
Right. For example, I like pizza. I like pizza too.
But if I say, I don't like pizza,
You must say, I don't like pizza either.
not to.
Now let's make it more natural.
Imagine two coworkers.
Coworker 1. I'm not happy with this project.
Coworker 2. I'm not happy either.
That sounds smooth.
Now let's upgrade slightly.
Same situation.
Coworker 1. I'm not happy with this project.
Coworker 2. Neither am I.
Now that sounds more advanced.
And notice something important.
The verb changes.
I am not happy.
So we say, neither am I.
We don't say, neither I am.
No, word order matters.
Let's practice with different verbs.
I can't swim.
I can't either.
Good.
I won't go to the party.
Neither will I.
See the pattern?
We repeat the helping verb.
Am, is, are, do, did, can, will, whatever is used.
This is called inversion.
But don't worry about the big grammar word.
Just copy the structure.
Now here's something learners find confusing.
When to use either at the end and when to use neither at the beginning.
Let's compare clearly.
Sentence 1. I don't understand this lesson.
Response 1. I don't understand either.
Response 2. Neither do I.
Both correct.
But structure changes.
If you're a beginner, it's okay to use either at the end.
It's easier.
When you feel more confident, try neither do I.
Now let's move to another use of either.
Yes, choice sentences.
Example. You can either call me or text me.
Important point here.
Either usually comes before the first option,
Either A or B.
not A either or B.
Correct position matters.
Let's try another one.
She will either study medicine or study law.
That means she must choose one.
Now, here is a mistake learners make.
They sometimes use either for two negative ideas.
But that's wrong.
For two negatives, we use neither nor.
Example, neither the manager nor the employees were ready.
Not ready, both negative.
Now, pay attention to verb agreement.
Oh yes, this can be tricky.
In formal grammar, the verb often agrees with the second subject.
For example, neither the teacher nor the students are here.
Because students is plural.
But in conversation, people sometimes don't think too much about this.
Still, it's good to know.
Now let's talk more about rather.
Because this word shows personality.
Yes, it shows your preference clearly.
For example, I'd rather watch a movie than read a book.
This structure is important.
I'd rather verb than verb.
Both verbs are base form.
Not past tense.
Even though we say would, the next verb is simple.
Example, I'd rather eat at home than go out.
Not to go.
Never to.
Now let's make it emotional.
Imagine your friend says, let's go camping in the rain.
And you hate rain.
You can say, I'd rather stay dry.
Very clear preference.
Now here's something interesting.
We can also use rather alone in British English,
Yes, for example, it's rather cold today.
meaning quite cold,
But today we focus more on would rather.
because that's common in conversation.
Now let's mix all three words in one situation.
Good idea.
Two friends are choosing dinner.
Friend 1, do you want pasta or sushi?
Friend 2, either is fine.
Meaning both okay.
Friend 1, I don't like sushi.
Friend 2, I don't like sushi either.
Friend 3 joins, neither do I.
Then friend 2 says, actually, I'd rather eat pasta.
See how naturally they appear in conversation?
That's why this topic is powerful.
Because these words help you sound natural.
Now, let's talk about pronunciation.
Oh yes,
Either can be pronounced two ways.
either or either.
Both are correct. American English uses both.
British English also uses both.
Same with neither.
Neither or neither.
Choose one and stay consistent.
Now, quick mini practice.
I'll say a sentence.
You respond using either or neither.
I don't like waking up early.
I don't like waking up early either.
Good.
Or, neither do I.
Next one.
You can have tea or coffee.
Either is fine.
Perfect. I don't want tea. I don't want coffee.
I want neither tea nor coffee.
Nice.
Now something deeper.
Sometimes learners confuse either and to in positive choice sentences.
For example, you can also come tomorrow.
That's different from you can either come tomorrow or come next week.
Also, add something.
Either shows choice between two.
Very different meaning.
Understanding these small differences makes your English stronger.
And more confident.
Because grammar is not just rules.
It's clarity.
Okay, let's go deeper now. Not just meaning, not just structure. Now we train your brain.
Yes, this is the part where many learners suddenly say, oh, now I understand.
And some say, wait, why is that wrong?
Exactly. That's how learning works.
So now we're going to focus on common mistakes with either, neither, and rather. The real mistakes beginners make in conversation.
Not textbook examples, real-life examples.
Let's start with something very common.
Double negatives.
Oh yes, this is big.
Many learners say, I don't like neither of them.
That sounds natural in some languages.
But in standard English, it's incorrect.
Because neither is already negative.
So you don't need don't.
Correct sentence? I like neither of them.
Or, I don't like either of them.
See the difference? Neither equals negative by itself. Either used with a negative verb.
So choose one negative, not two.
English usually avoids double negatives in standard speech.
Now let's practice this clearly.
Wrong. She doesn't want neither option.
Correct. She doesn't want either option.
Or she wants neither option.
Good.
Next common mistake.
Word order after neither.
Many learners say, neither I do.
But that is wrong.
Correct form, neither do I.
We invert the verb and subject.
Same as questions.
For example, do you like coffee? Yes, I do.
So in agreement, neither do I.
Let's test you.
I can't drive.
Response.
Neither can I. Not, neither I can.
One more.
I didn't finish my homework.
Neither did I.
Good. Now let's talk about tone and meaning.
Because these words also show attitude.
Yes, especially would rather.
I'd rather stay home.
That can sound polite or even slightly emotional.
Depends on voice tone.
For example, imagine your friend invites you to a very boring meeting.
And you say slowly, I'd rather stay home.
That sounds clear but calm.
Now imagine you're tired.
And you say loudly, I'd rather sleep.
Now it sounds emotional.
So grammar is structure.
But communication is tone.
Now let's compare two sentences.
I prefer tea.
I'd rather have tea.
Both show preference.
But would rather feels more conversational.
More natural in spoken English.
Now, here's something interesting.
We can use would rather in past situations too.
But structure changes slightly.
Example, I'd rather you didn't call me late at night.
Notice something? We use past form after you, even though we talk about present preference.
That confuses learners.
But don't worry too much at beginner level.
Just remember, I'd rather plus base verb when talking about yourself.
Now let's do correction practice.
Real lifestyle.
I'll say a wrong sentence.
You think about correction.
Sentence 1, I don't like pizza too.
Correct?
I don't like pizza either.
Good.
Sentence 2, neither I am ready.
Correct. Neither am I ready. Or better, neither am I.
Yes. Sentence 3, I would rather to go home.
What's wrong?
Remove to.
Correct. I would rather go home.
Sentence 4, I don't want tea and I don't want coffee also.
Better? I want neither tea nor coffee.
Nice. Now let's go into mini dialogues.
Because that's how English really lives.
Two students after class.
Student A, I didn't understand today's lesson.
Student B, neither did I. It was confusing.
See how natural that sounds?
Now another.
Friend 1, you can sit here or over there.
Friend 2, either seat is fine.
Very natural.
Now emotional one.
Parent, do you want to clean your room or wash the dishes?
Teenager, I'd rather sleep.
That sounds realistic.
Now let's talk about clarity.
Sometimes learners use either when they mean both.
For example, either of my parents are doctors.
That sounds strange.
Either means one of two.
If both parents are doctors, say both of my parents are doctors.
So be careful with meaning.
Now here's a deeper thinking point.
Yes.
When you use neither, you are rejecting both options.
When you use either, you accept one option.
When you use rather, you show preference.
3 words.
3 different psychological messages.
English is not only grammar.
It's choice of emotion.
Now, imagine someone asks, do you want to travel by train or bus?
If you say either is fine, you are flexible.
If you say neither, you are rejecting both.
If you say I'd rather drive, you are choosing a third option.
See how powerful that is?
These words give you control in conversation.
And confidence.
Because now you can respond quickly.
Without translating in your head.
And that's our goal. All right, now let's bring everything together naturally, not like a grammar class, not like a test, just real English conversation, the kind you actually use in daily life.
Yes, because at the end of the day, grammar is useful only when it helps you speak comfortably.
Exactly. So imagine this situation. You and I are planning our weekend.
Okay, sounds fun already. Do you want to watch a movie or go out for dinner?
Either sounds good, honestly. I just want to relax.
See how natural that is? Either sounds good. No stress. No long thinking.
Yes, I didn't translate. It just came.
Now, let's change the situation slightly.
Okay.
Do you want to cook at home or order fast food?
Neither. I'd rather eat something healthy.
Perfect. You rejected both options and gave a new preference.
And notice something. I didn't say, I don't want neither.
Good catch.
I said, neither.
Clear and confident.
That's what we want our listeners to feel.
Now, let's go into a slightly more emotional conversation.
Oh, drama?
Maybe a little.
Okay, I'm ready.
Imagine your friend asks, "Do you like Sarah or Anna?"
Dangerous question.
Very dangerous.
I'd say neither. I'm not interested in dating right now.
Very diplomatic answer.
Or I could say, either one would be lucky to have me.
Wow, confidence level 100.
That's advanced English personality.
Now, let's explore either in negative sentences again because this is where beginners struggle the most.
Yes, especially with to and also.
Right. Many learners say, "I don't like it too."
But in negative sentences, we use either.
So, correct version, "I don't like it either."
Let's practice more examples naturally.
I'm tired.
I'm tired too.
I'm not tired.
I'm not tired either.
Perfect contrast. Positive equals to, negative equals either.
Now let's create a small story conversation using all three words.
I love stories.
Okay, two friends are choosing a university course.
Nice, real-life situation. Friend A says, "Should I study engineering or medicine?"
Friend B says, either career can be successful. It depends on what you enjoy.
Friend A says, "Honestly, I like neither of them."
Then what would you rather study?
Friend A says, "I'd rather study design."
That was smooth.
And notice, no complicated grammar, just clear thinking.
Now let's discuss pronunciation briefly.
Oh yes, very important.
Some people pronounce either as either.
Some say either.
Both are correct in English. Same with neither, or neither.
Choose one style and stay consistent. Confidence matters more than accent perfection.
Now let's challenge our listeners.
Yes, time to think.
Imagine your boss says you can work on Saturday or Sunday.
What would you say?
Option 1, either day is fine.
Option 2, neither works for me.
Option 3, I'd rather work on Sunday.
3 different answers, 3 different attitudes.
Flexible, unavailable, preference. Now here's something deeper.
Tell me.
When learners don't use words like either and neither, their English sounds basic.
Yes.
When they start using them naturally, their English sounds more advanced.
More fluent, more native-like, because these words connect ideas smoothly.
Instead of repeating full sentences.
For example, instead of saying, "I don't like coffee and I don't like tea,"
you say, I like neither coffee nor tea.
that sounds structured.
More elegant.
Now, let's talk about confidence again.
Yes, because grammar without confidence is silent grammar.
If you hesitate too much, even correct grammar sounds unsure.
So practice short, natural responses.
Like, "Me neither," "Either one," "I'd rather not."
Simple, but powerful. Now let's imagine travel planning.
Okay,
Do you want to travel by plane or by train?
either is fine with me.
Hotel or Airbnb?
I'd rather stay in a hotel.
Beach holiday or mountain trip?
Neither. I need a city break.
See? Conversation flows naturally.
Now, let's do one final correction round before we finish.
Okay.
Wrong sentence. I don't want neither.
Correct. I don't want either. Or I want neither.
Wrong sentence. I would rather to stay home.
Correct. I would rather stay home.
Wrong sentence. Neither I like it.
Correct. Neither do I.
Excellent.
Now, before we close, let's summarize in a simple way.
Either equals one of two options.
Neither equals not one and not the other.
Would rather equals preference. And remember,
No double negatives with neither.
use either in negative sentences.
Use no to after would rather.
If you remember just these three things, you're already ahead.
And more importantly, use them in real conversations.
Don't just listen, speak.
Pause this episode later and create your own sentences.
Talk to yourself.
Talk to a friend. Talk to the mirror if needed.
English improves through use, not memorization.
Exactly.
All right, it's time to wrap up.
If this episode helped you understand either, neither, and rather more clearly, make sure you follow this podcast.
Share it with a friend who always says, I don't want neither.
Yes, help them fix that double negative.
And write one sentence in the comments using either, one using neither, and one using would rather.
We read your examples.
And we love seeing your progress.
Keep practicing.
Keep speaking.
And most importantly,
Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because neither Emma nor I were perfect when we started.
and we'd rather see you try than stay silent. See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone!